Hello, Holy One. Hello, hello. Welcome to this space. Welcome to this space. This is our beautiful Acasma Planet of Light and Healing Grid. And this is our 3-year celebration. So we are celebrating 3 years of growth and 3 years of expansion and 3 years of anchoring in the I am within the now. So thank you to each and every one of you who have been upon this journey with us, this space of expansion with us. And thank you to all who are finding this space for the very first time. So you're about to enter into our beautiful recorded live that we had where we shared this space together, this celebration of 3 years. And we also facilitated our Acasma Planet of Light and Healing Grid for the month of December in 2023. So I'll make that notation here for those of you who are looking for that. It is here. I believe it starts in about maybe an hour and 25 minutes in, somewhere around there. This was a 2-hour event, and we had beautiful guest speakers and guest teachers, and there was an incredible amount of love, So I have a few announcements I wanted to share with you that I did not get in because the space was so big and beautiful. So let me share them with you briefly, if I may. For anyone who hasn't gotten my book already, this is the book I released this year in 2023, if you're seeing this after the fact. AQE Foundations, Remember Who You Are. This is a powerful book if you're looking to remember who you are and allow yourself to be that ever-expanding you. And this book I also released in 2023, Rise of the Goddess. This is an incredibly, a very deep journey of healing on all levels of the being, connected with the feminine and the masculine. Very powerful work. Both of these books were written to go with courses that I wrote and released. And so those courses are available on my website. Those courses come with PDFs, and these books are the expansion of those spaces. So you don't have to have the book with the course, and you don't have to have the course with the book, but if you choose to, they are designed to work well together as well. I have an incredible course coming up in 2024, and I'd love to share it with you. So please go to my website, sacredexpansion.com, and check it out. It's called Higher Mind Remembrance. We are the higher mind, and we are the higher heart, and we are this within our now. And so the course is going to take us through 15 weeks of connection, once a week via Zoom, once a week via an remote distance energy session that I will facilitate for all the students. And you're going to have a beautiful chat space to connect with each other in. You're going to have a student portal that's going to have all your Zoom links, all your video recordings, because every class is going to be recorded. So no matter what time zone you are in, no matter what your schedule is like with work or family, you can do this space. All right. I'm really excited about it. It's so incredibly beautiful and big, and I'm looking forward to sharing it with each and every one of you that feels aligned with these teachings in this space. It's called Higher Mind Remembrance. And so for more information on my website, sacredexpansion.com. And again, it's going to start 2/22/24. February 22nd, we start and we run all the way till 6/6, June 6th. So really cool portal numbers as well. And I also have an AQE Foundations course coming up. That's going to start on 2/25/24, which is a Sunday. And it's going to run every Sunday for 10 weeks. 10 weeks. It's an incredible space. If you watch this video, if you see this space that's about to happen here in this video here, you're going to get a lot of feedback on what I'm talking about from people who have walked this path, who have stepped into these spaces of themselves, and who have experienced the I am that they are within their now. And it is incredibly beautiful. So thank you for joining us for this space. Enjoy this space, connect with this space as you feel to, and allow this space for you. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, welcome to this space. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What a glorious space this is. Oh, I love it. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel the energy, the vibration, the love, the connection? Really, really beautiful. Thank you for your space here. Thank you for your space here. Letting everyone get in here, and we're going to get going on this glorious celebration. We have beautiful speakers here to share with us, and we have speakers here that are going to offer teachings and understandings. So if you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're grateful to have you. This is a family of light. We are all here because, yes, we feel a resonance with one another. We feel a resonance with the remembrance of the I am within our form flowing into our now. I guess that would be a good layout of the core of what we believe, yes. That we are anchoring that I am presence more and more into our human flow. So those who find their way here are usually in connection with that resonance, that energy. They feel in alignment with it. So if you found your way here, most likely you feel that, yes? So welcome, YouTube. Welcome. We are so grateful for each and every one of you. If you're here via YouTube, when this is up on YouTube, go down below the video and tell us where you're coming in from. That will be fun. You can see all the different spaces coming in. All right. Wow, this is glorious. Here we go. I love it. Perth just came in the door. This is Lee. Lee is our first and foremost ever anchor. Oh, Lord. Thank you, Lee, for being here. He's in Perth, Australia. He is one of the first anchor points in Perth, Australia, and there's a connection for us all in this understanding with the seeding of our planet. So the way in which humans became what we are now in Earth, on Earth, probably fine to say both in and on. Perth is a very important point. So I'm very grateful. Thank you for being here, Lee. All right. Thank you for all the love in the chat. Looks like we've gotten everybody in who's here, coming in right away. That's great. Wow, it took 7 minutes to get everybody in the door. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. We're grateful. So, all right, now, welcome to this space. Let's all take a breath. I probably need one more than anyone. Take one with me, all right? Take one for me. Nice deep breath in, nice and slow. Nice full exhale. Welcome, Samantha. It's her first time here. Yes, welcome. We're grateful you're here. And she's from Stockholm, Sweden, but a Canada girl. Good, Canadian girl. Beautiful. Perth is your hometown, Lily. I love it. Oh, before you moved to Singapore. Beautiful. Love it. Thank you. Thank you for chiming in there, Deborah, as well, with your space in New Jersey. Jersey Shore. Jersey Shore. Munich. Love it. Love it. Slovakia. Hello, beautiful bee. Hello. All right. Okay, so let's do this. Portugal, Dutch. I love that. UK. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to hear from some of our beautiful grid members. So this grid, real briefly, this grid is the Acasma Planet of Light and Healing grid. And it started in 2020 in December. So this is our 3-year anniversary. We put it together in November, but we launched it in December. I had this inner knowing, envisionment of, yes, what this was supposed to be. And I didn't question it. I just allowed myself to put it out there to the world. And here these beautiful divine ones found their way here and joined me. And it's grown over the years. And more are feeling aligned with stepping into the space of being light, stepping into the space of being light. So thank you all for feeling that alignment with this space and with me. So I'm going to bring in some of the members. Now, some of them are newer and some of them are older, but that's a nice mix. I'm going to start with a beautiful letter. And this is another way you get to see how Acasma meets everyone right where they're at. I asked a few people if they'd speak. And one of the individuals said, "Oh, I would love to, but I don't think I'm there yet." And I'm sure there are so many who relate to that, right? Okay. So they said, "Could I write a letter? And would you read my letter?" So she's here, beautiful Doreen. Many of you know Doreen from our Acasma chats and Patreon and Being the New Human classes she's been in and asked fabulous questions. So Doreen, she chose to write a letter to share with you. Isn't that lovely? So let's hear from Doreen and let's connect in with her. All right. Thank you for this privilege of sharing Acasma, my Acasma journey with everyone. Thinking back upon the last 2 or more years has been such a gift to honor the growth of not only myself, but the whole Acasma family and the many blessings received along the way. Just to share where I was energetically when I started my Acasma journey, I was full of anxiety, fear, distrust, stagnant, lost, isolated, and feeling like I had no power or control. With the onset of the pandemic, I began being drawn to discover myself and set out on a spiritual journey of healing my mind, body, and spirit. So I think it was late 2020 or early 2021 when I first discovered Andrea on TikTok. She didn't say a word, but I felt the energy from her hands, and she moved me to tears. I shared it with a friend immediately because I was so blown away by what I was feeling. I looked forward to more of her TikToks and was happy I found her on YouTube shortly thereafter and began doing her meditations. Breath, trust, breathe, trust, allow were the words that she repeated and helped me go deeper with each meditation space I entered. It quickly became a daily practice for me, and I wanted to learn more from her. That's when I found her Sacred Expansion website where she offered Acasma teachings and energy sessions. My very first session was on May 22nd, 2021. Higher dimensional shadow work. I remember I cried in this session, connecting with my inner child and healing parts of myself that weighed heavy on my being. I decided to rewatch it today, and it was just like Andrea tells us. Acasma meets us right where we are at in this moment. I felt the energy in my stomach, yes, and a sense of a hand comforting this part of me. My body tingled, and a beautiful energy of love ran through me. I fell asleep for a little bit and I woke up to a vision of a baby, bassinet, and my team surrounding it, lifting my inner child even higher. In April of 2022, I joined Andrea's Patreon. The Being the New Human classes have been a valuable part of my life, and I don't think I've missed more than a class since I joined. I would find many of the sessions, would be around exactly what I was going through in the moment and help me navigate those spaces much easier. Many of my conversations with friends would be, "You won't believe what we discussed in class today. It's just what we've been talking about." The synchronicities just blew me away and confirmed for me I was on the right path. The biggest lessons I've learned is to look at my situation from a higher vantage point, set boundaries for myself. And it's okay if people in your life are not in the same space you are in energetically. We are all on our own journeys. It's not for me to judge or change someone else's journey, only my own. Also, included with Patreon are monthly meditations, which I love and seem to only be getting more beautiful and magical. Oh, and the candle ceremonies is such a sacred space. You can make requests for yourself and for others. The monthly Acasma grid space is free to everyone, and I highly recommend it. It's a space where we come together to heal spaces of ourselves, connect and anchor our energies to assist the planet and humanity. I always come away from the space feeling good, connected, and more grounded. The Goddess course just had their last session last week, and I'll admit I'll miss our Zoom sessions. We connected on Discord as a group, and it was amazing to share and hear about everyone's experiences. This is a space I believe I healed the most. I healed in the most. Releasing a lot of my fears. I began to trust myself and my goddess power within too. It has helped me accept my spiritual gifts and stand in my own goddess power of light and remove the fears I was experiencing. As I write this, I realize this is just the beginning of my Acasma journey. I'm so grateful for all the healing and knowledge I've received up to this moment in time. My intention for 2024 is to go deeper by taking a few more courses and maybe one day in the next year or two attend one of her events. I love that Andrea has brought us together today to celebrate the Acasma Grid 3-year anniversary. But I think we should... I didn't read this all the way through. Okay. I think we should take a moment to celebrate her. Andrea is such a beautiful teacher. That always leads with love and gratitude and never fear. She has created a safe space for us to be together. She encourages us all to reach out with any questions or share our experiences. And she always responds with such heartfelt words of encouragement and knowledge. Andrea is so giving too. I can say without a shadow of a doubt that working with her has taken me further than anyone I've ever worked with before, and I would recommend her to anyone who is open to receiving. Many blessings to you all. Thank you, Doreen. Thank you, Doreen. Oh my goodness, that was so beautiful. Thank you so very much for that, Holy One. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my goodness. Okay. Next time somebody wants to write, I might ask if it's okay if I have someone else read it. I had the most beautiful time reading it, but that loving space there at the end really hit me. I love you all so much. I love you all so much. All right. Thank you, Doreen. Thank you for that. Oh, let's go ahead and bring in one of our next speakers. And we're going to bring in beautiful Amy. So this is Amy. Many of you may know Amy already. And Amy is also, she's Embracing Essence on Instagram, and she has some other spaces as well. She might share that info with you in YouTube. I'm very excited because Amy has a brand new podcast called Everything Acasma. So I'll let Amy share, but thank you, Amy, for being this space with us for so many years now. Thank you for anchoring this light.
It's an honor to share. Thank you for having me. And gosh, Doreen, an epic letter to just describe, I think, what we all feel for you. Like such love and adoration. And I mean, really, she put it so eloquently and covered so much of the spaces that we all share with you. And it's hard to put it into words, but she did so well. My Acasma journey started from a session with a friend, and I had been doing energy work for a long time, and I just felt such a different resonance with this, and I felt just a deeper grounding. And that's what I had been seeking for a long time, just knowing and learning how to ground better and discovering more of myself. So I quickly found myself to the grids of light and went for a few months and was moved to tears every single time, just in releasing. And I'm like, what is this? What is this? You know, and it set on the path of further discovering more of myself in these spaces of expansion. And I was just hooked, because I've always been the seeker, the knowledge seeker. I just love grabbing onto anything that's expanding. And so I just started my journey going on with the class I could find. And I loved every second of it. And it brought such, oh man, I can't even, the heart expansion, the self-love growth, the acceptance, the allowing that was learned in these spaces. There's nothing to compare it with. I had such revelations in all of these moments that really surprised me and just brought me to tears so many times. But yes, so now I am a Grandmaster Adea. So it's exciting to help others on this journey of expansion through, helping others in session spaces and even in my everyday life. I have transformed dramatically in my presence, in myself, in how I express myself to others. There's more confidence, there's more acceptance of myself and others in every moment. The growth is just phenomenal, and your support and love, it's unmatched, and I really, really appreciate you and everything you offer, all your words. I love it. And yes, so I had to start a podcast to just kind of just discuss this, because there's so much to cover within this expansion. And so I started interviewing other Acasma beings and sharing their experiences. And it's been a pleasure and so much fun. And I'm posting that on YouTube, everything Acasma. And yeah, and continue on. And I will interview everyone that wants to be interviewed. So just hit me up. I would love to talk to anyone.
I love it. I love it. That's
Yeah.
awesome. All right. So make note of her now here, everyone. This is Amy, and she's on IG and YouTube as Embracing Essence. And if you feel a connection with her and you can't find her or anything like that, just email me. I'll get you connected with her, okay? And I'll put her contact info below this video on YouTube as well. Thank you, Amy, for being this space with us. Thank you, Holy One. Blessings upon you. Blessings. All right, let's go ahead and we're going to hear from Lamyae. Beautiful Lamyae. Let me go back out here for a minute. All right, Holy One, this is beautiful Lamyae. She is also on Instagram by her name as what you would search for her handle there. And I think she has a YouTube as well, but I'm going to let her talk to you. And she's on TikTok, I know that. But beautiful Lamyae, she's been with us for a few years now as well. And she's done a lot of the courses with me as well, master teacher, I believe, and I'll let her share. I sometimes talk too much. All right. The floor is yours, Holy One.
Hello, everyone. I'm so grateful to end this year and in this space with you. That's really an honor, and it's a very beautiful, loving space to start a new year from. And I met you, I was looking for light language, looking for other spaces of me, in ancient wisdom. And I found you on TikTok. And the first thing I heard was the light language. I did not understand the language, but I cried. And the energy was so big for me, and it was new. It felt like I said so many times, like home. And I believe like everyone here feels like the same. So I started to look and know more about you in Instagram, then on YouTube. And the first space of me with Acasma was the grid, actually. Yeah. I watched only a replay the first time. After finishing the replay, I felt something calling me to go back and reach out to you with an email that I want to join the grid. Since then, I'm always, whether in live or replays, in the grid, and it's very deep to my heart, because it was the first space for me when I was in my feeling what I didn't know what it meant to be in my wholeness, and to feel love for other spaces more than a human being, to feel love for the waters and for the earth and for other spaces. I felt it was different, like crying from another space, not from sorrow, but from love. That was different. So I started to a session with you, and for me and my son. And after the session, I like the way you created a safe space for me and a safe space for my 14-year-old son. He was refusing so many other people to receive healing or energy from that. After the session with him, I believe he started writing the same light language you were writing. I was surprised because he didn't have anything to do with spirituality or anything. So I knew that something was special in that space. After that, I joined the Galactic Shaman. I was hesitating at first because I did not like other teachings, because I'm not the person who loves to be structured a lot or being told what I have to do or do things that, well, I like more freedom. And that was the space I was looking for. Then after that, like the AQ Foundation and the Rise of the Goddess, that was like every space was contributing somehow in so beautiful synchronicity in my life, to heal my self-love, heal my fear, and to implement everything I learn on a daily basis in my life. So I am so grateful I found you. So grateful for the space you create for us. It's so important for someone who is still not trusting themselves and still not in their sovereignty to find a space which is going to be safe, non-judged, and heard, and also you still in your sovereignty, like you move like you are supposed to move, like Acasma meets you right there where you are. It gives you more trust in yourself. And also, I was a lot in my head before. I was like taking so many times to take action. And I learned a lot from you, that you always go back to your heart. How do you flow with so many situations in your life, in the courses? I learn daily from you. And whenever I take something, I just start implementing it in my life. I'm so grateful to be here. And I love to learn, and I would love to continue my journey, to have you as a sister, as a mother, and meeting you in person is something that I'm really looking forward to. Thank you so much.
I love you, Holy One. I love you, Holy One. Thank you so much for your presence here and for sharing all that with us. And I feel like a lot of people probably can relate to that. They can relate to that, not wanting someone to tell you what to do, but wanting someone to walk with you as you find the way to hearing you, more, trusting you more, allowing you more. So thank you for that so very much. Thank you, Holy One. All right, now let's see. We have a few more from our grid space. We're going to go look and speak to Barbie now. Let's see if I can find her. Welcome, beautiful Barbie. Barbie's here. Barbie is newer to our grid space, but she is just full of vibrant love, and she has found her way in, and she is in our Sacred Joy pod. I believe you're in Sacred Joy pod with beautiful Kirsten. Yeah. And she's on Patreon, and she's in our Being the New Human spaces. She's just all over the place. Lots of love from this woman. So thank you for being here, Barbie. Thank you.
Thank you for asking me to share. This is, hello, beautiful souls. This is, such an honor to share here and be in this beautiful space with you all. So thank you for that. So I was asked how I found Acasma. But I truthfully feel Acasma found me. Because I'm probably going to cry. Because the love that I feel here is just so beautiful. I am a multidimensional quantum healer, and I found Andrea on TikTok doing a live with Tayel Hills. And when I seen you, Andrea, I honestly felt a pure-hearted connection with you, like a twin sister lost in time. And I was just so drawn to you. And that was a beautiful feeling, because I'm sure all of you, when you first start your journeys, we all feel pretty lost, not knowing what in the world is going on. And since the beginning of 2020 is when my journey started full on, like I was aware of it. I've been always drawn, I've just, the inner knowing of knowing what to do, to go out and stand in the grass and connect with Mama Gaia and connect with Source. It's just been a knowing. I've not had to be told by anybody what to do. I just know. But as many of you know, that I'm sure you've all felt it, that you feel like everything is bigger than you. And so that's kind of the lost feeling I was talking about. Like I know what I'm supposed to do. I know the inner knowings that I have, and I know what's true and what's not. And my whole life, I've never let anybody tell me different than what I actually know. Call me the rebellious one, but it's like, we don't like being told what to do, because that inner knowing tells us we already know. But when I seen you, I felt family. And so I started following Andrea on TikTok and then Instagram. And then I got the book, the AQE Foundation. And when I started reading it, and you started talking about your childhood and what you experienced, other than a few things, I felt like you were telling my story. And I was like, oh my gosh, there's a reason that I'm so drawn to this woman, and it's because she's my family. I'm finally finding soul family. And I don't feel alone, because I know I'm constantly connected, and I'm surrounded with light beings and loved ones and angels constantly. I have a very divine connection. But when you don't connect with people like you, there's just some feeling of being alone. And I lost that alone feeling when I found you. Give me a sec.
Yeah. Take a moment. Just breathe. Just breathe. Yo no soy ella. Yo no soy ella. Yo no soy ella.
So I bought the book for my best friend because I had to share. This is so important that everybody knows Acasma. So I emailed you, and I told you, that I felt that connection, and I told you a little bit of my story. And the next day was for me, the first session of the new human. And when I connected that day, I connected with Mama Gaia. I anchored into Mama Gaia so deeply. And that's what I've struggled with lately, is being able to connect on a deeper level, because with what I have to do with my son, I haven't been able to go deep, because I have to be on alert. And so now that he's healing and he's better, I'm able to go deeper now, but it's been hard to uncondition my body for that. But being able with Acasma and connecting with this beautiful space, I'm able to anchor deep into Mama Gaia and deep into my heart space. And I was able to connect deeper than I've ever connected before. And with Acasma and with you, Andrea, this whole beautiful space, I have found home. I found my oneness, the expansion of me, and one with all. My I am presence, and I am truly at home, and it's all come full circle for me. And so I'm so extremely grateful to be a part of this family, because that's what I feel this is a family. With each session, Andrea is completely telling the truth 110%. You expand more and more and more. When you think you can't expand anymore, it just continues to happen. And it's the most beautiful feeling ever. My first experience was very beautiful. All the light beings came. And each experience just is different, but more loving. And I'm not the best way that I can explain it. And all I want to do is share Acasma with everybody. I have a spiritual community. It's like a Facebook, not on Facebook. It's an actual community like Facebook, but it's spiritual. And every event we do, everything. I think they're tired of me talking about Acasma. But it's like I just want to share it with everybody, because that's what this is all about, is connecting with ourselves and finding the remembrance of who we are. And with you, Andrea, we're finding that, and I appreciate you so much. I love you. I love you all.
Thank you, Barbie. Thank you so much for everything you shared here. Oh my goodness, your heart pouring out to us, such love. We're all feeling your love, and it's just amplifying this entire space. So thank you, thank you, thank you, Barbie, for taking the time to be with us. Thinkers of this higher flow. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And check out the chat, because there's a lot of people chiming in here to you, Barbie, telling you thank you for that. So read that as well. So thank you for connecting with us and sharing today. And now we're going to move on here to our beautiful, let's see, Gregory. We're going to hear from our beautiful Gregory. Okay, here he's right here. All right. Hello, beautiful Gregory. Gregory is in our Eternal Light Within pod with Holly. And he's in Patreon. Many of you may know Gregory from Eternal Light Within pod, and also from the Being in Human Spaces. So he's a vibrant ray of light. He always leaves the most beautiful comments on my YouTube videos. I love to hear from him. He shines such an incredible space of peace to me. So thank you, Gregory, for what you are in this space. And thank you for agreeing to speak with us today.
So grateful for you asking me to be here, and just the energy following Barbie right now. I have to ground myself just a second, because that is what you feel. That is what I feel all the time now. And to go back and say ditto to everyone who just spoke, I would like to, because that's where my journey is right now. And I am a greenie. I am new to Acasma. I think I joined in August of this year. And so it's been a little over 4 months. And it feels like 3 years of love, grounding, remembrance, and knowing. And doing that and walking through your daily life, knowing when you rest your head at night that Christ is going to bed, and you know what that means. And you shine that, mirror that so well with you and your family and your masters. And you show us that we are love in form throughout the day, not just when you're meditating, not just when you're in the moment or in your zone, but you live it and breathe it every day, and you mirror that. And when people see that and the actions in you, and it's noticeable, not just physically, not just losing 150 pounds in 2 years, or taking care of your beautiful being that is here. We collected all these molecules over time, and it's time to start releasing them a little bit. These cords that we have tied, these illusions that we think hold us down, and we're not. My Acasma journey, takes me back to it sparks my Christian upbringing, where I I took a different path in my 20s of culinary and drinking and drugging and having a great lifestyle and being a high functioning, loving person. But I was missing something. And when I decided to turn that path around about 2 years ago and heal myself and take care of some really hard core surgeries on my feet that I ignored for 20 plus years. So I'm in the middle of that now. But 2 months into that, in August, unfortunately, when I gave up boozing about 2 years ago, and doors started opening for me. And when I'm following folks like Andreas Masters and her friends like Jesuit Ben Joseph and Dr. Joe and Dave Wilcock and the like, and you spend time with that. And I lost my dreaming with sobriety. I used to lucidly dream very well, and that was something I honored. And because me and my wife and our families both have lost some really unfortunate young folks, and they come to me and it's comforting. And I lost that for months. And one night I had a dream. I was following a little light language. I heard about it. I watched maybe 20 minutes of it twice. And this beautiful woman with brown hair just was there. It was just very noticeable. And that morning I had to get up, and I always go on YouTube. That's it. Just me and YouTube and MySpace, if that dates me. I think I still have an account back then. But and there is the girl that was in my dreams, and it is this beautiful goddess, Andrea Garris, that I am, who is this? And it has been nonstop emails of synchronicities and everything from smelling these honeycombs to bees flying on my person constantly from stuff that she sends me, and things that we connect with, and these Acasma, hints. And they start to ramp up, and it's great to connect. And then it broadened out to the eternal light within. I said I can't stop bugging and loading up Andrew's emails anymore, so I found Holly, and she found me a pod, and I was with the grid, and it's increments at a time, and I'm healing on my second major surgery twice as fast, and it's just been a blessing. And I the ancestral healing, it's like each meditation does find you where you need to be, where you're at, and what you're looking for. I love my oracle cards. You use them. Crystals. I was always a crystal person, and a gemstone person. And then we're gonna, how to use them right. And she ties it all together. And when you realize that we're all one, you want to talk about, I'm a Catholic, or I'm an atheist, or I don't believe, or there is something there. We have that, and Acasma mirrors that memory back to you. And the divine remembrance of who you are is that divine spark of light from God, source, and we're getting there slowly. And it's not hard to join. I just said I'm a TikTok, I am Instagram. I'm throwing a little less on emails, but the WhatsApp, all of them, they're not that hard. But Discord and Patreon have been wonderful blessings for me, and it's just noticeable in my life. And this is all new journey, and I look forward to every day waking up and thanking this family and what is to be expected today. And I lay it in their hands. I do. Thank you. I hope that's I have so much to say, but it's all about the love. The Beatles had it. The musically incorporated vibrational sounds, it's all vibration and energy. And when you start tying little things and synchronicities, miracles happen every day in the minds and hearts that you encounter every day. And when you rest your head on that pillow at night, when you wake up in the morning, you think that I have another day to do this. why am I here? I'm not here to experience grief or stress or worry about the future or dwell in the past. I'm worried about right here and now and what I have. I don't care if I have, if you're happier with 10 shekels than 5, so be it. Do something about it. If you're happy with 5 or 3, give your love away. God will keep giving you more. It's your cup is overflowing. And that is what it's all about. And I hope to share more. I was like Doreen's letter. I like, wow, that's a little intimidating to speak because you always have this longing. And ever since that one out of body experience I had with beautiful in college, just me, myself, and I'm lost before all this began. And I knew there was something bigger than the God they taught me in St. Rose Elementary. No offense, but they were wonderful. But they left some things out, and I forgive them. And I bless everything that I don't understand. And I ask that I learn anew every day. And I come here when I need my pick me up and my grounding and my Gaia. And that is what Acasma is all about. And when you tie in the things that you love and you see that they're expanded, and then that starts pulling other things in and they expand, and then it just grows. And people are wondering, what's up with you? Why is he so happy all the time? And smiling, just sit here and share light with the world. And light is love. And thank you, Andrea and family.
Thank you, Gregory. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think you should get with Amy and be on the Everything Acasma show.
Oh, and after 53 years, I get my first tattoo and my chalice of life. I love it. It's like times are just changing. And I have first time I ever put a bumper sticker on my car, and it's not even meant for a bumper sticker. But I'm like, this beautiful white Corvette B, this beautiful white AQE symbol that people just ask, what is that? And then I said, do you have a minute? And it's great. It is wonderful.
Okay, I'm so happy. Thank you, Gregory, for being here. Thank you for all that you shared with us. We'll have to do another space together because I feel you do have a lot more to share, Holy One. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mwah. All right. That was fantastic. He has such beautiful energy. I told you guys when I first was introducing him, his emails are filled with that. I read his words, the print, the typing, and it's filled with that beautiful energy. All right, now we're going to go to our beautiful Susi. So Susi is my spiritual daughter. Susi's been with us since the very beginning. Susi was the very first person to interview me. She asked me if she could interview me on her IG channel way back in the day. And she interviewed me, and then we just started talking more and more. And she's gone through my courses. She teaches Acasma Quantum Energy. She teaches our beautiful AQE foundations, and she teaches it in English, and she teaches it in Portuguese, if I'm correct. Yes. So we have her teaching in 2 languages, which is fantastic. And she's got incredible feedback from her students of their life shifts, their miracles, their expansion. So it's all of us. It's all of us. And this is a touch point for the remembrance of that we all are. So let's hear from Susi. Thank you, Susi, for agreeing to speak today.
Thank you, Andrea, for having me here. I was so honored when you emailed me and thought of me to be here and speak. And hello, everyone, beautiful and divine souls. I have a very challenging task right now because speaking after everybody, it's tough. They said everything. And for me, it's a little bit of a challenging to speak about Acasma without speaking about Andrea. Because Andrea she's my mentor, and I am pretty selective about who or what I spent my time with. And Andrea is and was able to fill that spot. She is one of the very few people in this world right now that I am honored to say that I look up to, because she's an example. She can be vulnerable while honoring her light and who she is, and while reminding us of who we are. And for me, Acasma is it. Acasma is about independence. Acasma is about freedom. And as many or most of you, I wasn't there when I met Andrea, and we met through Instagram. As she said, I was doing a series of lives on Instagram, and I reached out to her, that lovely and kind lady, always doing some nice videos, and I wanted to know more about it. That was at the end of December, I think a little before the very first grid. So it has been about 3 years that we're together, and the live event was beautiful. And I could feel the love of the community that joined our live. And after that, I was hooked, as Emmy said. I didn't even thought about anything. I just asked her, how can I work with you? And I started working, and that changed my life. Changed my life to love myself in my good moments and in the moments that can be challenging too, and knowing that they are important for me to go to the next chapter. That's what Angel helped me. That's what Acasma helped me to remember. That those moments are part of life, and just buckle up. They're gonna be done soon. And when they're done, it's gonna be even better. And those moments get less challenging with time as we know who we are and as we can go within. This independence that I talk about working with Acasma is stopping going outside to look for answers and going within. And this is, I know I've said, I always say that to everybody, but this is the truth. This is the most beautiful and amazing and unique gift that anybody can give to another person. Going within without depending on others. And helping others to do that is such a blessing. I'm so honored to be able to look up at Andrea and use the tools she used with me with other people. This is a real gift. And the freedom of saying yes and no as we feel like, and honoring where we are and who we are, and setting boundaries and standing up for ourselves. And oh my goodness, it's a life-changing. But it's not only that. My life changed completely in the material world as well since I started working with Adria and Acasma. Last year when I came back from Daston, my husband surprised me with a very long plan of purchasing a second car. He picked me up at the airport with this car. So it's beyond the material, it's beyond the spiritual, it's beyond the energetic, because we start to see the material world expressions of our expansion and abundance. And we moved twice. We had purchased 2.5 years ago a townhouse, and this year we purchased a house. So it's abundance all over us. And I feel Acasma is about that too. It's about enjoying the spiritual world, but it's about enjoying the material world as well without guilt, because we are here to experience that. And that's something that Andrea taught me too. Enjoy things, don't feel guilt. And I have so much to share about how she's such a good example of person and mother and human being. And I love you, Angel, very much. And I agree with everybody who shared that we should celebrate you too. because what you do for Acasma, for our community, for each of us, the messages, emails that you send it every single time that you are there for every single person, independent of them investing on you or not, sending good thoughts and good energies. I've witnessed so many examples, experiences of that with other people walking with Andrea. And yes, you are a never expanding, beautiful soul and inspiration for me. And I am honored to work with Acasma and to hold space and to teach people to do that and to help people to remember who they are and be free and live in abundance and honor themselves. So thank you so much, you all, for this beautiful energy. Thank you, Acasma, for helping me to change my life. And thank you, Angel, for being there for me every single time I needed you, even when I didn't ask. You know that. I love you.
I love you, Holy One. I love you. I love you. I love you. Oh my goodness. Huge embrace to you. Huge hug. I love you. Thank you for everything you shared. Thank you. Every word. So beautiful. So beautiful. All right. Wow. It just keeps getting more beautiful, right? It just keeps opening up even further into love. Sharing, connecting. This is a big space of us moving into the next space of us, because what happens is we come in, yes, and we can tend to be more compartmentalized, more to ourselves, right? More separated out. Like maybe we're not too into groups, or maybe we're not too into big groups or sharing or, you know, being on camera or whatever it is. And then we go through this stepping in and trusting ourselves and allowing the space and feeling the space and receiving the space. And then it opens up a bit and we open up a bit. And then we connect and we start to share, whether it's a comment in a chat, or whether it's an email after the fact, or whether it's agreeing to speak, or however those spaces are opening up, but we're sharing. And we share in the pods a lot. This is opening up in the pods as well. And what's happening is we're anchoring our higher heart and our higher mind because we're sharing, because we're opening up our flow and connecting, interconnecting with one another. And that is opening up our anchor, which means then we're able to hold even more of us. We're able to ground even more of us. We're able to be even more of us. So thank you all so very much for leaning in and for allowing, in whatever way you're doing it. Every way matters. Every way matters. So I have our beautiful speakers that are going to teach for a minute here. Now, we're over time a little bit. I have some of them direct messaging me and saying, are we all right on time? And so what I would love to ask, if you can, my beautiful teachers that are here to talk to us today, Holly, Janet-Cate, and Kirsten. They are our pod leaders as well. So they lead the Sacred Joy Pod, the Eternal Light Within Pod, and the Beacons of Love Pod. I would love to ask if you can maybe curtail your teachings just a bit. Don't take too much away, but just curtail it a little bit, and that will help us still get everything in, okay? So thank you all so very much for that as well. So we're going to go now and let's hear from Holly. This is beautiful Holly. Many of you know Holly. She is our Eternal Light Within pod leader, and she does a fantastic job running that pod. She shares constantly every day in the beautiful Discord chat group. Some are saying, what's a pod? What is this? So we have these Discord chat groups. They're on a platform called Discord. It's a fantastic platform, has the funnest emojis you'd ever want to use. They move, they clap, they shake, they dance. But it's a fantastic platform that we can use the way we want to use it. And so that's why we're there. If you want to join us and you're not already in this family, you've heard all these people speak, you want to join us, write to me, email me, let me know, and I'll get you into the grid and into our pods, okay? They're fantastic. You already know. I don't need to talk them up because they've already been talked up. All right, Holly, the floor is yours, Holy One. Thank you for being this space.
Hello, everyone. thank you. Oh, this has been so beautiful. And yes, we are celebrating our beautiful mother of light, our beautiful Andrea. We love you so much, so much, so much. And I'm going to try not to cry. So my topic is stepping through our fears. And this is so perfect. I didn't even have a topic in mind. And then I opened the video and Andrea's like, well, this is what we decided. And I'm like, well, no, but she must have been like in my mind or something, because this is exactly what we've all been going through. So, yeah. And one of the big spaces for me, well, Acasma is just helping me immediately all the time, stepping through my fears. And one of the bigger spaces was going to Sedona. If you have a chance to go to one of her events, Time to Rise in Destin, which is in late April this year, or Sedona, which is in September, go, just go. I went to Destin. I've never been on a trip on my own, and it was the most amazing experience. I had not met any of these people. I only knew them online, and I met these people, and it was like, oh my gosh, my heart just opened. It was family. It was beautiful. So if you can meet in person with us, it would just be amazing. Sedona was monumental. The red rocks and everything. And that was definitely physically, emotionally stepping through my fears. And we did it all together. We all were there for each other, and that's what got me through. There was a moment where I thought I wasn't going to be able to make it through, but I took a breath. I was like, okay, I'm here, I'm doing this, I'm surrounded by love, which is Acasma, which is us. And I went through and I made it to the top, and it was a victory. I mean, I was telling my parents, I was like, I can't believe I did it, but I did that. See this? I climbed that. I climbed Cathedral Rock. And it was because of all of these wonderful people and the courage to go forward. And that's what Acasma does. It gives us courage. So that's what I wanted to share. We are stepping through our fears. And I shared this with Andrea. Instead of thinking it's a brand new, beautiful day, think of every day as a brand new, beautiful you. I just want to leave that with you. So thank you. I love you all.
I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you, Holly, for that. Thank you so very much. That was perfect. And I'm going to add this because she did the topic of stepping through fears. When I first began with Holly on Zoom for events, she would leave her camera off sometimes, or just show the sun. She would put it in a certain way because she didn't like the camera on, so we're talking to everyone here, right? Everyone's relating to what we're sharing. But now she's speaking full camera on and sharing insights and guidance. Anne runs an entire pod herself and does the C2C every month, which is the remote distance energy session, shares her notes with all the people that are there. So it's fantastic. Thank you, Holly. Thank you, Holly, for that. Thank you for sharing your love and for being an anchor of this space. We love you. All right, now we're going to bring in another one of our pod leaders. This is our beautiful Quantum Kate, Janet-Cate, and she is an incredible, beautiful being of light. For me, she's been a grounding space because when I first met her in 2020, she was a client. I didn't have all this built yet. We didn't have community and being in humans yet. I was just doing energy session work for people. And Janet came along. And I remember the Zoom we had together, and I sat with that beautiful woman and I felt her presence. And even though she was coming to me and asking me for some guidance and some understanding and some energy work, I was soaking in the depth of her I am presence that was fully there, and I could pick up on it. And I was just, I think, maybe reflecting some of that back for her to then pick up on it herself as well, which is what we do with Acasma. But she's always been a grounding space. And many of you that are in Beacons of Love, Pot of Light, you may have that feeling with her as well. She's like a grounding space. You just feel calm and safe when you're around her, when you're communicating with her, when you're connecting with her. So, all right, Miss Beautiful Quantum Kate, Janet-Cate, would you like to share with us today and teach us something wonderful?
Yes. First of all, thank you everyone who is here for this celebration, and thank you for all of the speakers. You have just been so inspiring, and gosh, after Doreen's letter, we could have just stopped the whole video, and then each one has added their own dimension to it, and it's just so full of love. And everything that's been said about Andrea, I totally concur with. And Andrea, you know that I love you. I also want to quickly acknowledge my partner in crime, Meredith, who can't be here today because she's traveling, but she is my co-pod leader, and she is one of the most beautiful and innocent and sweet souls that I really have ever had the good fortune to be around. And I also quickly want to acknowledge Paula, who is not with us in physical form anymore. She's with us in spirit. And she was one of the original pod leaders. And I woke up, I don't know her, but I woke up this morning and I'm like, oh, I need to acknowledge Paula. So I felt like Paula was like right there with me. Yeah. So how do I condense trusting your own voice and releasing self-judgment? Did you get that? Trusting your own voice. Okay. My social media presence is a Crohn's voice. And so I've been working for many years on feeling comfortable using my own voice. And I did it initially as my alter ego, Kate. And I love and adore Kate. And Andrea has been pushing Janet. And so I'm really working on merging the two, but I still kind of relate to Kate a lot of the time because she's a lot more spontaneous. She's a lot more out there. And so I'm a work in progress, and everyone is a work in progress when it comes to trusting your own voice. You can show it in the clothes that you wear, the colors you choose, the way you decorate your home, the art, the way you write, the way you post. But when it comes right down to it, this speaking from your mouth, for me, is the most challenging. And I think it's the most challenging because of self-judgment. And where does self-judgment come from? Usually it comes from other people, or it comes from situations that we feel like we have failed at. And so we have these two voices. We have the voice that we can trust, which is our inner voice. But we have this voice that is constantly going round and round and round in our head until we figure out how to take a deep breath, stop, and discern between the two. So, voice going around your head is nothing about loving yourself. It's about tearing yourself down. It's about comparing yourself to other people. I could go on, but your inner voice, the voice that we need to listen to, is all about loving ourselves, supporting ourselves. It's about sinking into our heart, speaking with compassion. And when we can stop, take a deep breath, step back, and just be silent, you can tell which voice is talking to you. So I'm not saying that it's easy. Sometimes self-judgment is like a frigging tidal wave, and it can absolutely crush you if you let it. But it's one step at a time, just like everything else in life. And I'll give you 3 real quick examples of self-judgment in the last 24 hours that I started to self-judge myself and I stopped. So the first one was at my mother's. And anyone who knows me knows that Acasma has like transformed me and how I relate to my mother. And she told me yesterday when I was leaving after a visit that I can see my grandchildren anytime that I want, but she won't be here that much longer. And she really wants to see me more often. And so the first thing I did was step back and like going, okay, this is my mom's stuff. This doesn't have anything to do with me. And so I was able to give her just a neutral answer that didn't box me into any kind of a schedule. And I didn't feel guilty about it either, because I know that my mother has made some of her own decisions. So the other thing was, I was listening to, Andrea was generous enough to create a video for each of the pod leaders giving a session today, a talk today. And so I was listening for the fourth time, and every time I listen, I'm like, I would finish, I have no idea what she just said. Like, I started to say, what in the hell is wrong with me? And then I'm like, okay, wait a minute. I am judging myself. Those are Andrea's words. She's only giving that as like a guideline. So of course I'm forgetting her words because I need to use my words. And the third and the funniest, and that's one of the things about using your voice and not judging yourself, is to step back and see the humor in it and realize that we are designing and aligning every situation in our life. So B posted an hour before this started in the Acasma group asking if it was an hour away. And Andrea knows that I am constantly in my mind. I have like this short circuit in my brain that I tend to get the wrong time when it comes to time zones. So I almost missed this whole session. I was thinking 10 o'clock my time instead of 9 o'clock my time. And so I thought I had 2 hours. I had 1 hour. And the first thing I first thought was, oh my God, I did it again. And I'm like, no. Thank you, Janet-Cate, for designing and aligning B to make this notification so that I would get there on time. And I thought, okay, that is just so funny. That is just so like me. So thank you. I love you all.
Thank you for that. Thank you, Holy One. That was beautiful and powerful and insightful. Yes, yes, yes. And you did a fantastic job even helping us make it concise. I love that you chose what you focused on when you even had the opportunity to judge being possibly off on the time. You chose to see that you aligned B, bringing in the question for the timing to be placed right in front of you with more than enough time for you to then work with it. So you chose what you looked at. I'm very grateful for that. Thank you, Holy One. You are a powerful, divine one, and you are incredibly valued here. So please know that. We love you. We all love you. You're in every chat that there is, I think, and you share love all the time, and we're so grateful for you. So thank you for your presence. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we have one more teacher this morning, and this is a beautiful Sacred Joy pod leader. She is a fantastic divine being in human form. I've had the honor of being with her in person, and we have had the honor of climbing Red Rocks together in Sedona. She has come in with a whirlwind of light and love and power and presence. She showed up, I believe, in the beginning of 2023, maybe, at least in my recollection, and jumped into AQE Foundation's full force. I mean, we're talking dived in and did not stop, did not come up for air, I don't think. She did every course I think that there is, and just engulfed everything and continued implementing everything she was taking in. I think it was able to be done by her that way because she already had such an alignment with the space. And I think she has shared that before about us saying the same things and writing the same things and sharing the same things and it happening over time. So when she showed up, she was already so much in alignment with the flow of the space that she was able to do it that way. But she's incredible. I love her dearly. Thank you for your service to this space, Holy One. Thank you for your love to this space. I know your pod members are all excited that you're here today to speak. They love you so much. And we now lay the floor at your feet, Holy One, for you to share with us.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I just, first of all, hello, everybody. I'm so excited to be here. I haven't used my voice yet this morning, speaking of Janet-Cate. Before I get into, and I'll keep mine short because I know we're running over time, but what I'd love to do is take a moment to breathe together. And in that breath, to send our love, because I feel like we're all just like volcanoes overflowing with love for Andrea. And in that, we are overflowing in the love for ourselves. We are the love. And so I would love to take just a moment to breathe together and send love to Andrea, because I know that's how we're all feeling. My voice is all shaky and scraggly because it's full of so much love. So breathe in with me, please. And on that exhale, allow your body to drop. You've heard those words before. As we send that love to our mother of light, the mother of Acasma, the woman who reflects back to us all the spaces that we are. Thank you, Andrea. Thank you for everything that you reflect back to us. One of the things that Andrea consistently, and I mean consistently, reflects back to each of us, whether it's in the grid space or in an email or in a session or as a teacher or as a mentor, as a friend, is trust yourself. Trust yourself. And I came into this space pretty confident, but I did not have self-trust. I acted like I did. Maybe you can relate to this, but I actually didn't really. I wanted the bullet points. I wanted the how-tos. I wanted somebody to tell me what to do, but not too much, because I'm also rebellious. So all of you who feel rebellious, I see you. And so Andrea kept saying, trust yourself, trust yourself. And I'm like, yeah, but what if this happens in a session? Trust yourself. What if I don't see anything? Trust yourself. You can relate to this, yes? And what I've learned through the process of Acasma, they're coming back to the spaces of me, you coming back to the spaces of you, is that we have been conditioned to believe that trust is the absence of fear, that trust is in the answers, that trust is in the planning. But truly, trust is in the absence of that. Trust is not a feeling. Trust is an action. Trust is a decision to allow empty space to exist and know that your energy is that space. Do you see what I'm saying? In that one of the things that Acasma brings to us, one of the things that Andrea models every single day, every single message, every single teaching, every book, every oracle deck, right? Is that you've got this. And you is the eternal you. You are the spaces of you walking yourself back to you. And that is the ultimate act of rebellion. That is the ultimate act of sovereignty and agency, is to step into, I choose to trust myself. One of the guidance that Andrea gave to the people who were speaking today, for the pod leader, she was like, well, you could talk about this, and this is the beauty of Acasma. There's no right or wrong way to do it. Just like there's no right or wrong way to be you. And so with the leader, she was like, well, you could talk about this, but just speak from your heart. Like, you don't need notes and notes. And so I've had people in my house for the last 9 days and feeding them and doing the dishes and cleaning the toilets, and all the things that we do in our human physical structure. And so yesterday, I hadn't had time to really think much about what I was going to say today. And so after everybody finally left yesterday afternoon, my husband is like, do you want to go to the kitchen store? And I thought, well, shit, I really need to think about what I'm going to talk about. And I thought, yeah, I do. I want to go to the kitchen store. So we did all this fun stuff. because I know me, and you know you, and Acasma knows you, and you are Acasma, and we are like, yes, Acasma has a name, but it's nothing outside of you. Because we are that space of us. So many of us, and I'm like Barbie. Barbie, I see you and I feel you, and those, I know the tears. I've never spoken at an Acasma event without crying. But when my husband said, let's go to the kitchen store, and then we did all this other stuff, I just want to play today. I knew when I showed up that the words would be there. I knew when I showed up that I could trust myself. And shout out to Janet-Cate. I knew when I showed up, the words would come, my voice would speak. And this is what Acasma brings and offers and assists every single one of us, is all this beauty that you see in Andrea, all the love you feel from your teachers or your pod leaders, is you trusting you. That's what we're here for. And that is that eternal space of you coming in and lighting up. I think when Gregory was speaking, the chat was fired up with like, oh my gosh, you've got so much light. You've got so much light. And it was so contagious, wasn't it? We are contagious. Our trust is contagious. Our love is contagious. Our light is contagious. Our sound. It's such an incredible, expansive space. And when you realize and step into and practice and decide and allow the possibility that you are that beautiful and vast space that you see in front of you, that is actually you, trusting you to see it and be it and feel it and express it. So I just wanted to talk about that. I loved everything that everybody shared. Doreen, Holly, Susie, Amy, Gregory, Janet-Cate. Did I forget anybody? I'm not sure, but if I did, I'm so sorry. Barbie, oh my gosh, Barbie's in my pod. Thank you, Barbie. So as we breathe in, I'm going to stop speaking, but I just want to breathe with you as we beam those lights of love to Andrea and also to ourselves, because it's all full circle. There's no beginning and there's no end. Thank you. Te tira sokohatea, kokoana.
Kokohana, Holy One. Kokohana. Thank you for that, Kirsten. That is absolutely beautiful. I loved the space of trust as an action. I love the space of trust is contagious. Oh my goodness. I love it. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. And you are on an interview with Amy on the Everything Acasma. So if you want to hear more about what Kirsten thinks about all of this and her journey and spaces of insightful understandings, check out Amy's YouTube channel. She just did a podcast with her on this. Thank you, Kirsten, for your love, your leadership, your space of anchoring. Thank you. All right, Holy Ones. So here's what we're going to do. We're doing pretty good here. We actually, the leaders of light, were very good with their teaching spaces. Thank you for honoring that time-wise that way. And thank you to each speaker who spoke. Oh my goodness. And all that's been writing into the chat. I'm going to save this chat. It's incredible. We're going to take a minute to bless our grid, to acknowledge our beautiful grid. This is also that, right? So we're celebrating 3 years, but this is our day. This is our moment. This is our time that we would normally bless our grid, right? And bless our beings, because the grid is us and we are the grid. There's no separation. The only way the grid exists is through the light we be. And you be your light through the way you anchor it in your life. So the words you speak, the way you carry your body, the actions you choose, the experiences you navigate, the way you navigate, that is the grid emanating. And it is a reflective dance, because as you remember, you are the grid. You yourself, as a grid member, you yourself can allow yourself to feel the love of the grid, feel the light of the grid, even if you're navigating a space, an experience that feels big or uncomfortable. Everyone has those moments. They're spaces of growth. They're spaces of leaving an old way and moving into a new. That's how they run. The old crumbles and the new is birthed. So this changes as you continue to walk your spiritual journey, because you begin to process from the higher mind and higher heart more and more. So they feel less uncomfortable. They feel less daunting. But if you ever have an uncomfortable space at any level or increment of that, you can feel the grid. You can envision the grid. You can imagine the grid. You can sense the grid and know that you're a part of that. And that light of all those that are with you in the grid, that are just another reflective point of view, they are another space of the one, that all of that love and all of that light is ready for you to focus on. Wherever the focus goes, the energy flows. Whatever the focus is placed on, that expands. So keep that in mind and allow yourself to remember the way in which we are the grid with every breath and with every step. So let's allow ourselves to bless the grid right now, please. If you're here live, if you're watching via YouTube, whatever space you're holding for, you may have just showed up and you're like, I am this space, I know it. Then just be it right now. You don't have to send me an email ahead of time. You can send me one after the fact. Be it right now. Right now, if you could, all who are here and in whatever way you're here connecting, let's stop. Let's not chat. Let's not connect in any other way right now, but with the consciousness of our beings in the grid. I need your focus. If you could close your physical eyes for one moment, please. Allow your breath. Yane, you're anchoring your roots deeper into the earth. You're blessing your root lines. You're blessing the centers on the bottoms of your feet. Yes, your crown is opening. Your heart portal is opening. The energetic connection of your flow from your roots to your crown is opening, expanding, strengthening. Just allow your breath, please. Yes! The root lines that come from your feet run down your legs from your root center. They anchor your consciousness in this now space in connection with Earth. They also connect you into the Earth's energy to assist in the expansion of that consciousness into this now. Without that groundedness, that rootedness, that remembrance, that reconnection, the expansion has no way of anchoring. Yes, so you are allowing the blessing of your roots. You are allowing yourself to envision your roots in whatever spaces on this planet you are holding for, where you were born, where you always wanted to live, where you currently are. It doesn't matter, there can be multiple. Just imagine yourself in the spaces you hold. Yes! Bless your root lines with your intent. I bless my root lines. Yes! Yes! Yarosoeya tane yanakawo kokoaye. Yato aneneawa. Utoa, utoa, utoa ke yanakawa. And allow yourself to bless your body and your being as you see in your imagination, your inner sight, your light rising up through the atmosphere, through the heavens, out above the planet. And you're allowing yourself to look around with your inner sight. If you want to turn your head with your eyes closed, it's very powerful. You're looking around the field, the quantum field, the space of connection in which the consciousness sees beyond the form. Yes, allow your breath. A lot of you are receiving activations in your hands right now. Light symbols in your hands right now. On your third eye, yes, yes. on your neck. Yes. Allow your breath, please. You're looking around, you're above the planet, and you're allowing yourself to acknowledge the grid, the space of it you are, and the entirety you are. You see the light coming from your heart out into the quantum field, crisscrossing the light from the other hearts, from the other spaces, from the other anchors, from the other pillars, from the grid itself. Yes! You see the light, you feel the light coming from your palms, left and right. That light crisscrossing with the other light coming from the other anchors and the other pillars and the other spaces of the grid as well. That's the grid. Yes! Allow yourself to bless it. Yes. Utoa. You do not anchor in the same earth as you did when you began. You do not anchor in the same earth as you did when you began. No, you are of a new field. You are of a new vibrational alignment and connection. Your roots, yes, your consciousness, your understanding of all that is, yes, is running and vibrating as this grid, connected with all those who are the grid, and it is ever expanding. You are anchored in a higher vibrational, higher dimensional space of Earth. It is a new Earth, and you are a new human. Your reflection is ever changing. Yes, allow and trust yourselves. Get out of your head and stay in your heart. Your mind will shift in alignment and match your knowing, the knowing that is within your heart. Your mind will shift in alignment. Allow as you allow you. You are engaging alignment of the higher flow. Yes! You are never alone. You are surrounded by love, and you are that love. Allow your breath, please. The animals feel your love. The trees, the waters, the sands, the winds, the clouds, the skies. Yes! All inhabitants of your planet and your planet feel your love. Yes! Allow your breath, please. There are portals open to you of knowledge. There are portals open to you of connective points with even additional, yes, spaces of alignment that you are. You are a multi-dimensional being. You are experiencing the vibration of the connection of you in a new way. Your tears of love open you to these portals and expansive spaces of remembrance and alignment and flow. Allow your breath, please. Your team of light is with you. You are with you. The higher mind, you have complete access to. The higher heart, you have complete access to. Your focus directs your connection. Please remember. Allow your breath, please. There's a lot of clearing going on in the chest. There's a healing on the right clavicle, right shoulder. Allow your breath. The mind is opening. The mind is releasing fear. Yes. The mind is releasing fear. Fear programs, fear belief structures. Allow your breath. We bless this grid. We bless this family. We bless this community. We bless the books. We bless the courses. We bless the outreaches. We bless the facilitators. We bless the teachers. We bless the pods. We bless the pod leaders. We bless every space of connection, every social site being utilized by anyone sharing these truths. We bless it now. See that with me, please. Yarosoea taukoko anawa. Yupuanene awadea kukuaye yane yane yane. We are here. We are here for this. We have heard our own call. We have remembered. We are light. We are light. Allow your breath, please. Blessings on your families. Blessings on your lives. Blessings on all the spaces of your lives, your health, your jobs, your relationships, your connective points in all ways that you are you. Blessings. We send blessings right now, all of us together, united as the grid. A wave, an amplified wave of love to all. Yes! Thank you, Holy Ones. Seal the space in the greatest degree of love and in the alignment of light. Seal the space in your love. Seal the space with your, yes, knowing. Seal the space with your connection. And then be the space, implement the space continually through every breath and every step. When you're ready, bring your focus back to your physical self. Allow your breath. Allow your breath. Thank you for being this space, Holy Ones. Thank you for being this space. We're going to go ahead and do our beautiful giveaway space now as well. All right, so this is for the AQE Foundations course via video. You get the full course via video. You get the attuning sessions every week, the whole deal. You can be certified as an AQE facilitator if you want, or you can do it merely for self-expansion, which is huge. So let's look and let's see who has this one. Everyone here is equally available to win. Let me just go through it. Yes. Janet-Cate. All right. Our winner is Gregory. Gregory won the AQE Foundations video course. So Gregory, congratulations, Holy One. Congratulations. Our next one is, what's my next one? Do you have
A
my
session
next?
with you.
Oh, a session.
Susi.
All right. Acasma quantum energy session. I'm going to facilitate it for the winner. And it is a 60-minute session. And I also then send you notes within 24 hours of the session, of what happens in the session with you and for you. And so this is an Acasma quantum energy session. The winner gets this completely free. And the winner is, I'm letting this computer thing do this with the names. It's quite interesting. Oh, Janet-Cate. Chris Vandermeer. Christopher Vandermeer. Oh, you're in the Eternal Light Within pod, I believe, Christopher. All right. So, Christopher, you won the AQE session, and I'm hoping I can go back over this, but maybe Kirsten will write these down for me. Okay. Thank you. All right. What is our next one?
Well, that I'm not sure of because I can't find it.
Okay. I think it's $100 off.
I put in the chat here.
Okay.
Is it in the, are you putting, is it in the chat? Thank you.
Oh, she did. Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you, Susie. That was so good. Okay. Thank you. All right. So $100 off any video course. So this is any video course on my site, Sacred Expansion. 100 off if you want to utilize it. Let's see. Hit this button. Yes. Natasha. Congratulations, Natasha. $100 off. Congratulations, Natasha. $200 off any video course on Sacred Expansion. All right. Yane sianatoa. Utoa. Violetta, congratulations. Hi, Violetta. She's a lovely, lovely woman. We love her very much. Congratulations. All right. Now, the Acasma Oracle deck. So there's 3 decks. So we'll start with the Acasma Oceans deck. Acasma Oceans deck. And even if you're international, no charge for shipping. All right. Acasma Oceans deck. Sue Bridgeford. Sue. All right, Sue, you get the Acasma Oceans deck. Congratulations. If by any chance you already have it, you let me know and we'll take care of getting you a different one. The next deck is going to be the Goddess Oracle deck. Goddess Oracle deck. Yanoke Yanasawa. Sandra, Land of Enchantment. Congratulations. You won the Goddess Oracle deck. Congratulations, Goddess Sandra. All right. The last one is going to be the Acasma Grounded Truth. Yes, the Acasma Grounded Truth deck. Jessica Johnson, you won the Grounded Truth Acasma deck. Congratulations, Jessica Johnson. She's a lovely, lovely woman. She posts beautiful comments on YouTube all the time. Wonderful, wonderful. All right, I have to do this because it's what makes me joyful. I love to throw in a little surprise. So I'm going to throw in, let's see, what do we want to surprise people with? Let's do, I'll do a Zoom 30-minute oracle reading where I sit with you on Zoom and read the cards for you and talk to you about the guidance that you're bringing you. 30 minutes on Zoom, oracle reading with me. Ready? Oh, who's it going to be? This is so fun. I have so much fun. I love doing this. Do you like doing this? It's going to be Yanekiarosoa Tene Yanatawa Utoa. Okay. Oh, it's still going. Ye Natua Ye. Ya Nutukoa. Nikki. All right. Congratulations, beautiful Nikki. And Kirsten's writing this down. I'll refer back to this too if I need to, but I will give everybody an email as well with either your code or setting up an appointment or whatever we're doing. But that was fun. All right. That was beautiful. That was incredible. That was wonderful. And we're actually a few minutes ahead of schedule. Look at us go. Would anyone here love to share before we close this out? Would anyone here like to share before we close this out? All right. And you shared a lot in the chat. Thank you for all that was shared. Thank you for your presence in this space. Thank you for your love for this family, for this community. Beautiful feedback, beautiful love. This is the most beautiful chat we've ever had. And we have some really beautiful chats. Awesome. I love it. All right. So thank you for being this space in all the ways that we are it. If you are interested in a pod, if you're interested in a course, if you're interested in any of the stuff we've shared or direct contact with anyone who did share, feel free to email me and we'll get you the information you're looking for. But I feel to say this to myself as well as to all of us, to you, to every single person connecting in whatever way they are. Welcome home, Holy One. Welcome home. I love you. I love you. I love you.
We love you.
Ah, huge hug. Huge hug. Huge hug to everyone. All right. Thank you for being here, Holy Ones. Get into a chat space, share some, tell us what you felt, tell us what you saw, whatever you feel in your heart, share with us. If you're not in one of those chat spaces, get me an email, we'll get you in there. Thank you for being your light. Blessings on your life, blessings on your family, blessings on your walk and how that is unfolding for you.
Blessings upon you, Holy Angel.
Thank you, Holy One. Thank you. I feel so loved. I haven't ever felt this much love. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.